Hi everyone, welcome to Motorsport House 44. In this new post-race video, we'll be reacting to the Grand Prix as always. Before we start, please subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks a lot. Let's go. So the Dutch Grand Prix starts with everyone wondering about the possibility of rain. Several drivers who renew their contracts. Drivers like Albon, Sainz, Verstappen and etc. But let's stay on the GP. The free practices start with the rain, which shortly after ends to make the drivers try the only free practice session available. And then we immediately dive into the sprint qualifying, in which George Russell takes the sprint pole and then goes on to win the sprint race on Saturday. Everything resets for the standard qualifying session, where Lando Norris claims a stunning pole position ahead of Russell and Antonelli. On Sunday, the race begins, and Verstappen crashes into the wall during his final home race, triggering a red flag. At the restart, a car stalls, but his car is moved and the race resumes. Antonelli overtakes Norris, followed by a series of battles for the points-paying positions. It was a race defined by shifting strategies and numerous pit stops, many of them very slow. Ultimately, Lando won ahead of Antonelli and Russell, with Russell letting Antonelli pass on team orders. There is plenty to say, even though very little actually happened. In fact, next to nothing. It was perhaps one of the most boring sprints I've ever seen. We certainly won't miss the Netherlands for legendary races, though we might miss the extravagant spectacles. But now, let's evaluate the top performers and the flops of the Grand Prix. First up among the top performers is Lando Norris, perhaps the real contender for the world title, who delivered another magnificent race. Then there is Alonso. It is impossible not to include him among the best, given his masterclass drive from 18th to 9th. Finally, Lawson scored points in the Red Bull for the first time and even beat Max, despite hitting the wall. Now for the flops. Verstappen was off form all weekend despite racing on home soil. Even without the crash, he wasn't at his best. Then there's Sainz, another flop. I'm speechless. He looks like he's lost the plot out on track and really needs to get a grip. Lindblad was a flop too. It was a tough race where he was beaten by Tsunoda in his debut with these cars and picked up a drive-through penalty. Let's just say it wasn't exactly a positive weekend. Alright guys, that's it for the video. I'll sign off here. See you in the next one. Bye.
Welcome to Motorsport House. Motorsport House.